YouTube, welcome back. Dub Digital Crypto News, Macro Trends. Give me a subscribe if you appreciate that content. I'm trying to bring you the hottest crypto content on the internet. Today we're going to talk about that XSP. Why, you ask? Because XSP just got done bleeding. But what if I told you everyone wasn't freaking out about this dump? What if I told you some people were rejoicing, some people were waiting for it, me included? There's a time and place to buy, guys, because what is our goal? Buy low, sell high. But I keep rambling on. Let's pull up the chart. Alright guys, we're sitting out here on the XSP BTC pair. You guys know I like to start off on my long-term view and zoom all the way in so we can get a flavor, so we can get an understanding of what this asset has been doing. So guys, if you're new to XSP and you haven't watched my previous videos, number one, pause this video and go check out all my other videos. You can stay here too, that's chill. But check this out, if you haven't watched the last videos, this asset like dropped really hard down, I guess when it was introduced to the exchanges, about 93%, and it's been like crawling on the bottom like a bottom feeder. It's been doing this sideways thing, this sideways move for like 420 days, 420 if you know you know. But that's besides the point, guys. We ain't gonna get into that here. We're gonna talk about XSP. Dub Digital, why the heck are we looking at this? I just want to know what's happening over here. Like more recently, it pays to understand what the asset has done over its lifetime, so you can know, one, how it's reacted, how the market has treated it, and two, if it happens to act in a similar pattern. Because if you know what something's done prior, you're better informed to know what it may do in the future. So this thing tanked from the 175,000 Satoshi level, dropped 93%, and pretty much stayed on the bottom here, more or less, right? At the 4,877 Satoshi level. Starting in July of 2020, XSP pumped up, when it was all said and done, about 760% or so. That pump took approximately 45 days to play out, so really high, really fast, aggressive up. But what do we know about exponential price moves, guys? Big up, big down. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. As things play out in physics, they also play out in charting as well. Because charting isn't just random lines, y'all. Charting is basically investor sentiment, psychology, and sentiment on an asset playing out over time. So this is indicative of a hype. Very hypey move. Bang. Shot it up like a cannon. Dropped down like a cannonball. The cannonball got shot out of the cannon. Rising up exponentially. Lost momentum, peaked out, and started falling down. Just like you would expect an asset that got shot out of a cannon to do. But I think I beat that one to death. Just looking at this asset and summing up in an executive summary for you guys right now. This thing, over the course of 141 days, went up 93%, came down, gave away all the gains, y'all. And if you've been following my channel and my coverage of XSP for any length of time at all, you know that when it was up here, we watched this asset running up and respecting this bottom trend line, but then it started making huge swaths up. What was this second one? Percentage wise, this was almost a 200% move. That's wild. That's nasty. That's crazy. And this is where a little common sense comes into play. And if you're able to think through price action like this, it's gonna save you from a lot of chasing the move, FOMOing in, especially if you're new to crypto. It's real easy to fall into FOMO, ain't it? And if this is your first experience with FOMO, well, now you know it's real. But as an experienced investor that's been through multiple crypto cycles, and if you don't know, I've been in crypto since 2013, there's one thing I've learned about exponential price moves. Yes, if you get in before the move, you can make money, but you only make money if you sell on that move. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Even right here, this initial pump that was about 300%. At one point, it gave almost 50% of that pump away. Then there was a secondary pump, almost 300% again. And look what happened. We gave about 86% of that away. Let that be a lesson to you guys at how markets actually move. I know you're gonna be listening to a lot of people on YouTube telling you it's to the moon. This is your last chance to get in. It's never coming down. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do or who to listen to, but just look what happened here. And in capital markets, things that go up typically at some point come down, and things that go down typically at some point go up, as long as it's a solid investment. But you know what, guys? That's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. You can't continue to try to be a predictor of the next Bitcoin, one of the cryptos out of thousands of them that pops off. Or you could play off probability theory, that if then, down, up, down, and you play off of the reversion of the mean. If you see something respecting a trend line, but these price moves get larger and larger and extend farther and farther away from that bottom trend line, that's showing you that people are getting a little ahead of themselves. They're putting that cart in front of the horse. And as a rational investor who learns how to center themselves, not panic, not have a lack mindset and think this is the only time that I can get rich and get into this move. A lot of the times, if you have enough patience and you save some money on the side, you can collect XSP at extraordinarily discounted prices, in my opinion, not financial advice. You know what? Let's throw a fib retracement on this sucker so we could see just how far this thing corrected. Well, dang, if you didn't give into the FOMO, this thing is like below the 23.6 Fibonacci level, which indicates to me, in my opinion, not advice, but this thing is oversold. And guess what, guys? I got my position XSP right here. Dub Digital, you didn't have XSP even though you're covering it all the way over here like August and September? Yeah, because I like to monitor projects, watch the price action, see how the price is behaving, and then if there is a collapse in price, I'm watching for it, I'm looking for it, and I'm buying that sucker, buying that dip. Dub Digital, that's cool that you're happy that you got some XSP for really cheap, but like, screw you, bro. Like, my XSP bag's bleeding. How did you know this thing was gonna drop? Here's the secret. I didn't, but I was waiting. I was ready to act when the opportunity presented itself, and this is why I tell you it pays to have some cash on the side. What good is it if your favorite store has a super mega discount but you ain't got no money to buy it? It's not good at all. That sucks. So if you find yourself in that situation, what should we do to be better, resilient, more wise investors? You recognize your misstep, and in this way you use the drop and you use the fear to situate yourself at a position closer to the bottom than it is at the top, which reduces the amount the price has to rise so you can make a profit and we all get paid. That's cool, Dub Digital, but like, where's Swipe going? How high could it go, man? So guys, I'm about to share with you a pretty conservative way of analyzing assets that drop immediately once put on exchanges. Solid assets that actually have a community and utility. And this does not apply for every single crypto, because I don't think every single crypto has that utility. So look at the top, look at the highest point of the wick on the very first bar. That's usually the epic drop, the crazy crash. XSP at this point in time was at least 174,000 Satoshis. Knowing that XSP at one point in 2019, in a not very crypto friendly market, by the way, everything was on the lows. We know it was at least here. Therefore, I take where we currently are in Satoshis and then measure that percentage. We're looking at about 3,000% up, playing off the principle that if something occurred once in the past, it has the ability to attract that same capital and attention again. Dub Digital, you're just basically measuring XSP back to the all-time high. That's where you think it's gonna go? Don't you think it could go higher than that? I do think it can go higher than that. But dang, guys, how much more do you gotta hear? 5,000, 6,000, 10,000%? All that's well and good, but we're talking about 3,000% about on your capital. We're talking about life-changing percentages already. Anything on top of that is just like icing on the cake, baby. Just my personal plan on XSP is I got it locked up for 6 months to take advantage and get that card that pays back BTC rewards. But after that, I'm gonna sell half of my investment up at this all-time high and let the other half ride. So I take advantage of actually securing a very, very high ROI on my investment, but I'm also not missing out on the future running of the asset that might occur after that point. Let's move on. Dub Digital, how do you know this is the bottom? How do I know that XSP is just not gonna wet the bed and fall all the way to zero or negative or whatever and make me lose my lunch and make me sleep on the couch and drink vodka for dinner? That's a good question. Let me put it to you like this. Right here, guys, I have pulled up in a separate tab the Wall Street cheat sheet. It's the psychology of a market cycle, and if you follow me in previous videos, I've gone over this chart before. It pretty much identifies and puts in a very, very clean format that price is more human psychology of what people think of something rather than the price of something. It's such a good display of how price action is actually just plotting out human and investor sentiment of an item on a chart. If you can't see, guys, it's too small. We have the disbelief phase, which is the lowest part. We got the hope phase where it starts to rise from there. Maybe this is something. It starts taking off parabolically. We hit belief. Everyone's like a Bitcoin bull at that point, or a crypto bull. Then we go to thrill, and everyone's like, call your mom, call your grandma, tell them sell their house, sell their car, go all into crypto. And then we hit euphoria, where everyone thinks they're a genius, and this is a new paradigm. But at that time of maximum confidence from investors, that is the time of most financial risk. People at the lows are very, very not confident. As the price rises, when they should be getting less confident, they're actually getting more confident. Then bang, falling down, complacency. Everyone's like, nah, it's cool, it's gonna come back. Next after that's anxiety, and they're like, oh dang, my girl's gonna kill me, I gotta get that money back. Then it's denial, and it's like, no, I didn't lose that money, I'm chill, like it's all good. Then panic. And that's when it sets in, they realize it ain't coming back. And at that point, when people should be interested in actually buying, they get more and more interested in selling. Do you see how investors who aren't trained in this kind of thing actually have the opposite emotions they should be experiencing? And we have capitulation, and that's pretty much the bear market that we went through. And once that's done and everyone's all like sad and stuff, and then the process starts all over again. Cool, Digital. So what? Why are you talking about that? Look at this chart, the Wall Street cheat sheet, and look at this move. It looks almost exactly the same. If you found yourself buying up in these areas, know that you fell prey to a process that traders and investors professionally rely on in Wall Street. This is very known. It's because you have a lack mindset in your investments. You think that this is the only time I could make money, this is the only investment I can make money on. Therefore, you expose yourself to risk when you should be actually trying to protect yourself by deleveraging from an asset. When I identified this, guys, the move was what? Around here? It already went up 300%. There's one thing I learned in crypto, guys. Once a coin starts moving like that, I ain't touching it because it's already in the move. The time for making profit is long gone. I might as well wait and see if this thing falls back down to earth where I can rebuy in and participate in the next move up. Digital. How do you know there's gonna be a next move up? Because, guys, the cheat sheet says so, and I've seen it play out over and over again. I believe we're currently in an anger/capitulation area where we're gonna get some kind of movement, some bottoming, kind of like a rounding, starting the next move up. Should be bigger, should be better. Oh yeah, Digital, how high is it gonna go then? I ain't no palm reader. Let me give it a try. Ta-dow, there we go. I basically noticed this last drop right here that occurred between September 2020 and November 2020, early November 2020. And then I looked at this drop that occurred in April 2020 to about May of 2020. It actually looks like the most similar thing that's occurred on this chart thus far because it has such an irregular drop pattern and beginning of this chart. History is not indicative of future performance, but acts as a roadmap of what price action might do moving forward because this is the most recent data we have on this price action of this asset. So we will use it and monitor how it plays out over time to see if this fractal is actually occurring. This next move I'm expecting to come in early 2021. That's going to be a big one. And should you buy along this area, accumulation that may take about 60 days or so to play out. We're talking about 900%, 1000%. The scary part of this is, guys, that's only like 1/3 of what XSP is going to do back to its all-time highs. We're talking 3000%. XSP has utility. XSP has a big following. XSP has a governance coin I just released. XSP, man. I'm getting all sweaty saying XSP. I guess I don't gotta go lift after all. Everything doesn't have to be a damn science project. So basically what I'm saying, guys, at the 5,946 Satoshi level, Digital bought at this level. Not saying that you gotta do it. This is not financial advice. I'm just a dude on the internet. But if you happen to, I don't think it's the worst thing in my opinion. But you don't gotta take my word for it. This is the Digital channel, and we do the FA with the TA. No analysis is complete without some fundamental analysis, seeing what developments are occurring within the asset that you're investing in. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, I'm sitting out here on the Swipe Twitter page, and their pinned tweet is so fire. Swipe Visa card holders can spend fiat directly as a funding source. Spend USD, GBP, and EUR while earning up to 8% cash back in BTC, XSP, or BNB. This will be a pilot program, 3 months, blah, 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 whatever. I'm a fan of Swipe, not because of the potential price increase of the coin. I'm a fan of Swipe for the utility it offers me. Because, I don't know if y'all know, but I like Bitcoin. And I like things that give me more Bitcoin. If I link my bank account, I spend USD, which I do with my debit cards anyway, like 8% cash back in BTC. Are you serious? This is why I like Swipe. Everyone's sitting here hating on Swipe, but they just keep doing it. 12 hours ago. Swipe is thrilled to announce that Binance Bridge now supports XSP interoperability between Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. Wrap your ERC20 XSP to BEP20 and vice versa through a decentralized bridge today. Why the heck would I want to wrap ERC20 and go to Binance Chain? Or on-ramps for capital flow into a project actually makes it a possibility that more capital will flow into a project. While that capital might not come now, Binance is the biggest exchange in the world right now, and BNB is used similarly with the Swipe card. And I think a lot of people who have Binance accounts got a little BNB. That's just like, me putting 2 and 2 together. And as more value is exchanged between both of those chains, the actual value value of those chains increase. Has to do with the network effect, guys. Leave a comment below if you want me to do a video on that. Alright guys, just wanted to bring an update on Swipe because it's been a minute. Yeah, Swipe crashed and it crashed hard. But if you're looking for opportunity when everyone's running for the hills, you could actually come up on some deals like the homeboy did sitting right here. I think it's an awesome investment that offers a unique utility. Allows me to turn my daily spending that I have to do anyway into pretty much a Bitcoin mining rig. If you appreciate the content, give me a like, comment, subscribe, Dub Digital, crypto news, macro trends. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.